What's up everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Star Wars lightsabers. That's right, we got more Star Wars collectibles on the VeVe app. Let's talk about my price prediction, my game plan, what I'm going to be... Let's get into it. So we've got the Star Wars lightsabers. We've got 5, so this is like a blind box when we get a digital collectible of a Marvel character. We get 4 different rarities. This actually skips the uncommon, so it's a similar drop but skipping the uncommon. And the editions are much higher, about 50% more per rarity than we usually see with a Marvel character drop. So it's very important to think about that, as well as these are first editions, not first appearances, and typically first appearances do much better than first editions in the market. Remember, first editions are objects or other things, whereas first appearances are characters with a storyline. And of course, their first appearance, or the first edition being the first appearance of an object or thing. Now, needless to say, it has been very difficult to actually make a solid price prediction on things in the VeVe market as of late. It's been very unpredictable, and then just adding Star Wars to the mixture, which has so much hype around it coming to the platform and having more collectibles on the platform. We've already got the Golden Moments, R2-D2 and C-3PO, but we've just been waiting for so much more. This just adds to the confusion of actually setting a solid price prediction for these, especially if we get these characters later in these drops coming up for Star Wars. We are predicting that there's going to be 4 total drops of Star Wars in the next week. So what happens if one of these big drops coming up are the characters associated with these lightsabers, and they need these lightsabers to be animated, or there's some sort of utility between the two or interaction between the two? We could really see these lightsabers skyrocket in price, but I'm going to assume that that may not be the case, and that we're going to see these lightsabers drop in price as more and more Star Wars drops come over the weekend, if in fact they do. That makes my game plan for this a little bit more tricky, but then when I think of the Star Wars comic that had about 50% more editions than other Marvel comics, those 30,000 editions, and how well that's doing, it has been extremely difficult to predict that, as well as what these lightsabers might do in the aftermarket. But before we get into price predictions, let's talk about each of these lightsabers and what we're seeing for editions for these. I do think that the box prices of these are fairly high at 60 gems. The Eye of Agamotto, the only other Marvel first edition that we've seen on the platform, being that it was an uncommon, rare, and secret rare of that, and much less editions for each of those rarities when comparing this to the lightsabers, and a list price of 70 gems for that Eye of Agamotto. It's really difficult to even draw from that to compare that, because Star Wars has just so much hype around it, and VeVe is actually promoting the platform at Star Wars Celebration as we speak, so we may see a solid influx of users in the next few days here, which will bring in more gems, which will bring in an increase in prices, especially for Star Wars things on the app. So I'm not going to compare this to the Eye of Agamotto, and really could I compare this to the latest Marvel digital drop of the 5 different rarities of the character like Thor? It's too difficult to do that. This is going to be a standalone price prediction, but let's get into each of these collectibles that we're going to see. All of these are first editions, lightsaber series 1. We've got Yoda's at 19,800, and all of these are animated, which is really interesting here. And then we've got the Skywalker lightsaber at 19,770 editions. Now each of these have some sort of play in terms of their numbers and the editions. 1977 is when the first Star Wars A New Hope actually came out, so there's the play on that number there. Then we've got Kylo Ren's at 12,015 as the rare. So as you can see, we skip the uncommon in this series, and we've got Mace Windu's purple ultra rare lightsaber at 9,999 editions, and that brings us to the final one here, Ahsoka Tano. That is 5,454 editions for the secret rare there. Again, each of these are animated and they have sounds associated with them. They sound amazing, they look amazing, and I am really excited for this drop. That being said, what are they going to cost in the aftermarket if you're not able to get one on the drop? Good news is I do think you're going to be able to get one no problem on the drop. You might even be able to get multiple, but is it worth taking the risk to try and get multiple on the drop at a list price of 60 gems? To be honest, my game plan is I'm just maybe going for one. This is going to be a drop time decision. I'd much prefer to get them in the aftermarket because I do think most of them are going to dip below that list price amount. Now, I'm still really bullish on this in the future, and I'm really excited to have more Star Wars collectibles, so I will be trying to eventually get each and every single one of these in the aftermarket. But for me, I'm gonna say the commons are sitting somewhere around 20 to 30 gems, and the Kylo Ren rare is maybe closer to about 40 to 50 gems. The Mace Windu Ultra Rare is higher to about maybe 70 to 90 gems, and then the Ahsoka Tano, the Secret Rare, is much higher, perhaps around 200 to 250 gems, but maybe as low as 150. Really, these price predictions should not be followed by you. You should be creating your own price predictions. All these price predictions do is help me to take emotion out of seeing them in the aftermarket and deciding whether or not I should get all in on these. If they are below my price predictions, I do think that they may be good pickups, and I will then pick them up. But if they're higher than those price predictions, I do feel like with more Star Wars drops around the corner that these will see a slight gem squeeze and they will fall in price. And until Vivi gets more features rolled out and more users in the short term, these will fall in price, which will be a good chance to pick them up. This is not financial advice. This is just my game plan, me talking through what I'm thinking with this drop. I could be completely wrong with this. Like I said, that Star Wars comic really outdid any expectations I had for it and where it's even sitting right now. So this could follow the same suit, especially with the hype around this. Like I said, I'm really excited for this drop, and I'm really excited for more Star Wars drops coming to this platform. The lightsabers look amazing, and I will be trying to get multiple in the aftermarket, especially if they're below box price, and I may even try to go for one on the drop. Just trying to go through percentages here. There are 67,038 lightsabers being dropped. Of course, Vivi holds some of those back, a very small portion of each, but your chances of getting the Secret Rare are around 8.1%. Your chances of getting the Ultra Rare are 14.9%, and those are the two that I predict to be above list price. I don't think that that is much to ask or to think with that. So if you're going for something that is above list price, you have a 23% chance if you're going for that drop. The rare may be just above list price or maybe slightly below list price. So with that, if you want to add that into there, the rare, you have a chance of 17.9% of getting the rare, and adding those three up, if you're looking to at least break even or make a quick flip, you have a 40.9% chance of doing so with this drop. I hope this information has helped you for whatever reason. Like this video if you found it helpful. Comment below if you are going for the drop, which lightsaber you are going to be stacking up on, or any information that you want to add to this video. Leave it all in the comment section below, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.